Well, joining us now, the man who's helped set up some of these raids and the new policy that's going to be dominating America for the next 4 years and hopefully picked up by the next president after that. Stephen Miller, your new title, Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, Homeland Security Advisor. Welcome back to the White House. Your thoughts about what Ilhan Omar thinks about your policy?
Well, first of all, Brian, let me just say you and I have been friends for a long time now. It's great to be on air with you.
Thank you.
In my new role here at the White House, I want you to know that anytime you want to have me on to talk about what's happening in this country, this is where I want to be. So thank you for the invitation, and we're really excited about the next 30 days, 100 days, 4 years, and beyond. So, look, as you mentioned, President Trump has put in place a historic series of actions to secure the southern border and to restore American sovereignty. It's no surprise, of course, that congressional Democrats, as they always have, are complaining about the restoration of our national and territorial sovereignty. This is the most aggressive action any president has ever taken to secure our southern border. You've seen and you've shown the military planes that are taking off and that are landing illegal immigrants back into their home countries. We're also re-implementing, under President Trump's direction and leadership, Remain in Mexico. We're re-implementing Safe Third agreements, ending catch and release, and of course, we are unleashing ICE to perform its mission all across the interior of the United States.
So that's happening in real time, in a matter of days and hours. Tom Homan told everyone this is going to happen. You know, I did notice this. You have Ilhan Omar, and of course, the squad is always going to be the squad. But Democrats don't really know what to make of this, because if they criticize this, are they pro-international criminal? I mean, they're pulling out the worst of the worst, embedded in sanctuary cities from Boston to New York to Chicago. If they come out against you, they're coming out for international criminals.
Well, that's exactly right. Look, President Trump is liberating these communities. And look, I think all across the board, what you've seen, as people have said, look, President Trump did more in the first 3 or 4 days than most presidents have done in their entire administrations. Border security, immigration security, national defense, ending DEI, beginning the process of unleashing American energy, reforming the federal workforce, and tackling inflation, bringing down the cost of living, restoring government accountability, engaging in government transparency, ending the weaponization of government, ending federal censorship, ending transgender madness. So President Trump is implementing this historic slate of reforms all across the U.S. government with a simple but remarkable message. The American people are in control of their government again. They elected Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is implementing his mandate. And congressional Democrats, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say because they're on the wrong side of 90-10 issues, Brian. All these issues are 90-10. They're in the 10%.
And 58% of the country is for mass deportations. You know, Stephen, people are trying to get a hold of the new administration, understand who comes in. They know you. I thought this tear out from Politico was pretty significant for people who don't. It's Stephen Miller's moment, they say. It is clear both by his actions and from conversations with people around Trump that Miller will be an even bigger power center this time around. Given Miller's hot shot status in the West Wing, Trump world dwellers in and outside the White House all but want to be in his good graces or at least avoid crossing him. Bring us behind the scenes with your expanded portfolio. What's it going to be like? What did you learn the first 4 that makes you more confident in this next 4?
Well, that's very humbling, Brian, and I appreciate it. My job is simple. My job is to implement the orders and directions of the President of the United States, who's been elected by the whole American people. And to answer your question, and to serve him loyally, to serve him faithfully, and to make sure that the agenda that he campaigned on is implemented loyally and faithfully across the whole U.S. government. But to answer your question, look, he's assembled a team, and I include myself in this, who have learned how to use the levers of power within the departments and agencies to achieve righteous reform on behalf of the American people. So you mentioned, as an example, and we talked about at the beginning of this segment, you have military aircraft carrying out repatriation flights, removal flights, for the first time in American history. I mean, just think about that. You've had presidents over generations, and never once have they used military aircraft to carry out these removals, which increases by 10-fold, 100-fold our capacity to restore national sovereignty and to defend against invasion. President Trump was able to turn that on in 24 hours. Normally, Brian, a process like that would involve interagency planning meetings. You would have people who are the associate vice bureau director of XYZ, ABC. They'd be talking for weeks and months. Then you get lawyers involved. They'd have 100 different opinions, people who worked in the government for 30, 40 years, with throwing bureaucracy, throwing red tape, throwing in agency handbooks. President Trump gave the order, and the government snapped to and implemented in 24 hours. That's the team you're looking at now. That's the team that President Trump has assembled. So I will say, to the recalcitrant bureaucrats that are out there, it's not up to you anymore. President Trump is elected. His agenda is going to be implemented. And I would say to the congressional Democrats who are on the wrong side of history, who are supporting these criminal aliens, it doesn't matter what you think, because this government under President Trump's leadership is going to get these criminal aliens out of the country. And he's going to use FBI, ATF, DEA, U.S. Marshals, Homeland Security investigations, Border Patrol, CBP, and ICE, and the military to liberate our cities and towns. And public safety will be restored, national security will thrive, and America will be happier and more prosperous than ever before. And, Brian, it's happening right now before our very eyes.
And it's in the first, we're still in the first week. It's hard to believe. Steve Miller, thanks so much. We hope to talk to you early and often. It's going to be an exciting time.
Thank you, my friend.
America's on the move. Stephen Miller, thank you. Congratulations on your new job.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.